Alright, so Davey, it's the Friday before High Point, and we're here in Starbucks having coffee. Are you pretty anxious to return to action?
I mean, obviously I'd love to be there. High Point has been one of my favorites since I turned pro. I raced it in amateur days too, so I mean, it sucks that I'm missing it, but I gotta do what I gotta do. And you know, the bad thing is everyone's like, oh, why does it take you so long to get a program together? Why does it take you so long to do this? You know, just go out and buy a bike. I mean, it's not that easy. You know, I went out and I bought bikes, and I went out and I bought parts, and I bought everything. Problem is, none of them showed up.
Oh.
You know, so it took forever to get everything together and get everything in. I have one bike that is fully together, and I don't have what I ordered to go to the races in isn't here yet. I got to pick it up on Monday, and to get it going and to get it ready and organized, and then get my other bikes, my race bikes ready and stuff like that. It just takes time, and even if you want to crack into the top 5, I mean, every top 5 dude is factory. So it's not like you can go out on a stock bike and do something, and there's no point, you know. It's, yeah, I would love to race, I would love to be out there, but I mean, I'm gonna go out there when I'm ready, and when I feel like I can, you know, be up towards the top 5 for sure, at least for the first couple of rounds, just to, you know, just to get going, and then hopefully get better from there. I'm using the last bit of outdoors to work on getting back into shape going into the off season. So
did you choose the Suzuki because you had such great success on it?
No, I actually chose the Suzuki because everything that I needed was already done from when I had ridden it previously. So they had, Jamie already had all the specs and everything ready, so all he had to do was order those specs, come in, and that's exactly what I raced on in 13. So that was mainly the real reason why I did it. I didn't really want to start from scratch again on a different bike that I haven't ridden in a long time, or I didn't have any specs to. So yeah, that was the reason why we went Suzuki.
I mean, obviously you're very comfortable on that bike.
I mean, yeah, it's a good bike. I mean, I think a lot of bikes that I've ridden are good bikes. So it's not about me being comfortable on just that bike. You know, it was the quickest and easiest thing to go to actually be comfortable and to have everything that I did that I raced on in 13.
So tell me about your program then. I mean, Monster obviously stuck with you. And is it Mountain Motorsports? Where's that dealer at? So
Mountain Motorsports, Dustin Farlane is in Georgia. Obviously Monster has stayed behind me. And I really can't thank them enough, you know, because that has helped me tremendously. Critical Surface Solutions, who one of my buddy owns, and he's out of New York. He's stepped up quite a bit. He's the one that's pretty much funding the whole program for the most part. And really, you know, just all the little sponsors here and there, you know, that have stepped up for me. You know, they're not little, obviously, they're big name sponsors, but those, you know, those couple, Mountain Motorsports, Critical Surface Solution, and Monster are my biggest ones. But you know, you have FMF, Pro Taper, Showa, Dunlop. I mean, the list goes on and on of who has stepped up to help me for the last races that I'm doing.
Obviously, it's a huge undertaking to put together your own team and your own effort, especially if you want to do it right.
Yeah.
What gave you the drive to do that? I mean, the partying with Cowie was pretty public, and there's some rumors and
there's some weird stuff going on over there.
But what kept you motivated? Like, heck yeah, I'm gonna do my own thing, instead of, you know,
just because I feel like it's something cool. You know, I feel like it's something that if you have the opportunity to do it, you know, and make it successful, and you have the right people behind you, and you have the right amount of cash flow coming in from sponsors to where you can have good stuff, I don't see why not. You know, I mean, I've proven in 13 that you don't need a factory bike to be at the top. So, I mean, for me, it's just about going out and having fun for the next couple of years till I retire.
Was it always, I'm going to work through this and come back, or did you ever ponder walking away and doing something different? Porn?
I mean, no, I didn't. I didn't really ponder on quitting and moving on. I mean, there's not much out there that I like to do as far as a job wise, and I love racing, so you know, success is the best revenge. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm shooting for.
So speaking of success,
Yeah.
dude, you landed Miss Supercross, dude. How'd you pull that off? Switching tones.
Switching tones, going from one to the other. I don't know. A long time ago. It's a long time ago, and I don't look like I do now. So, I don't know.
So hey, how old are you right now?
27.
27. Is it kind of a trip to think, yeah, I'm 27 now, I've got a family of 2 kids, I'm
Yep.
married to Brittany, compared to like where you were when you're just coming up and wearing a neck donut?
The neck donut. I've had people tell me I should bring it back.
You should. The checkered one.
The checkered one. You know, obviously, you know, everyone grows up, everyone goes through weird stages, and you know, especially that young with, you know, making good money back in the day, and but you know, all in all, I think all the hard times and all the good times, I'm happy for them, you know, just because they have made me who I am right now, and we're just living, man. You know, I got 2 great kids. I got a wife. I got a house, and I'm able to do what I love to do still. So even if I'm not getting paid to do it that much, I mean, it's not about money. Sometimes it's about going out and just doing all you can do to get my name back, and then hopefully get paid. So we'll see.
So motocross obviously has provided a good life for you. As a dad now.
Besides injuries, yeah.
Yeah. But as a dad, you have a different outlook on it when you're thinking you're going to let your kid ride. So, what are your thoughts on that? What if
On
Dane
my
wants
kid?
to?
You know, I've been asked this question quite a bit, and honestly, like, just like any dad, you know, if he really, really wants to do it, then at whatever age he's at, if he can afford it, great. No, I'm kidding. No, I mean, if he wants to do it, you know, I'll let him go ride, you know, for sure, ride around. I mean, my first thing that I'm going to buy him isn't going to be a dirt bike, you know. I'm going to try to hold out on that as long as I can. But if he wants one when he gets old enough and he wants to go ride in the desert and wants to go ride and just have fun, then great. You know, am I going to push him into racing? Am I going to push him into doing all that stuff? No. Do I want him to go play a different sport? Yes. But then again, you know, this is what I know. This is what I've grown up around. This is my life. So, you know, obviously he's part of it, and he's going to see it, and he wants to ride. So it's going to come eventually. You know, Carlos tells me all the time he's going to buy him a bike. But that doesn't help. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, hopefully he's big enough and too big to where he doesn't want to ride and he wants to just, you know, go play football or basketball or baseball or even golf.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'll drive the cart for him while he goes and walks 18 holes, you know. It'll be good times.
Hey, so at this point in your career, is riding still fun?
Yeah.
Like, does it ever get burnout?
Well, I mean, it really depends. I mean, it's hard when you're not getting paid to go out and push through super painful days when you're, you know, like for example, you know, if your back is so bad to where you can't even move, but you have to go out and ride still. Like, it's days like that that make it tougher, but at the end of the day, it's what you have to do to overcome it and keep going. So, I mean, you kind of have to find a good balance of everything with racing and family and making it fun. And for me right now, yeah, I mean, I go out and I'll go out and do my 2 motos and ride with whoever's out there. Most of the time it was Martine lately, and go home and be done, you know, and that was fun. So, you know, the reason why I brought the back issue is because obviously racing dirt bikes, we all have back issues.
Yeah.
And you know, epidurals are sometimes our best friends. So it just sucks to have to ride in pain and to push through pain when it's not necessary. You can let it heal, and I think that's where a lot of us in our sport mess up, is riding through pain, making things worse, to where down the future, you know, being so young, and you know, it ruins you for the future. And if I look back and fix stuff back in the day, I'll probably be in a lot better condition than I am right now. But you live and you learn.
Yeah. So getting back to building the bike, when you get a bike that's stock, what are the two important things you think are to get right on the bike?
Suspension and making sure your motor can last the distance. But for me, it's just about, it's about the chassis for sure. Really loud. I mean, if your chassis is good, then everything else can work around it. You want to make sure that, you know, nothing's going to break. You know, electronic wise, you want to make sure it's not going to have any you know, crazy hiccups and stuff like that. But all in all, I mean, the bikes are pretty stout the way they are, the way they come from the factory. But for us, we're going out pounding the bike so hard that, you know, it's going to break eventually. And if we don't put the stuff on that we need to, we're more likely going to get hurt because we went the cheaper route or rushed it too quick, to where now I'm out another season because I couldn't wait for something else to come in the mail. And that's kind of where we've been. So
power-wise, is it more so making sure the engine can withstand being ridden that hard?
Yeah.
That more so than making it really fast?
No, I don't like my motor super fast. It's more about it can handle, you know, what we're throwing at it for the 35 minutes twice.
Yeah.
And you know, being a privateer and not having all the factory resources, and sometimes that gets kind of difficult to do, trying to run up with those top guys. So for me, it's, if I have to slow my motor down to make it last, then that's what we'll do. It's not a big deal. So it's all about distance.
Yeah. So your suspension wise, which route are you going to suspension? Because Show is big on air SFF.
You know, I have the choice of either. I've been riding both.
Yeah.
Right now I'm on spring, but I do have air in my garage as well. So, you know, I will run through both of them more and see which one I want to run.
What are your thoughts about air forks versus spring? It's funny because I was...
See, there's three though. The TAC is the one that I think everyone's struggling with the most. In 13, I ran just the SFF, no triple air chamber, and I loved it. But I ran spring as well. You know, I won Anaheim 1 on spring, but I won San Diego on air. So it's like, they both have their ups and downs. Motocross, I think every track will vary with them. I don't think you're gonna have, you know, something great at every track, but you gotta find the happy medium and figure out which one you can be the most comfortable on from track to track. And whatever one that is, you gotta stick with it. But a lot of these factory guys don't have the choice to get off the TAC and run spring or run the regular SFF. So I think they're all good force. I just think a lot of them, or some of them, need more work than others. Others.
So, the time off and everything, you said get in shape earlier, but I mean, did you keep training this whole time, or?
No.
No, you went on vacation.
No, I didn't go on vacation. Obviously the illness that I had, you know, isn't really a big thing nowadays. It's all out there, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, when I got sick in the beginning of December, it stayed with me. So when I did get let go from Cowie, you know, I took the opportunity to try to get my body back to normal, the best I could before I started training again and riding. And that took quite a bit of time. You know, I sat on the couch for 6 weeks before I was able to get my body back to normal. So
I heard with Epstein Barr to heal, you have to like watch your heart rate and not get it up a certain much.
Yeah, you can't get it over a certain beat. Training, I mean, you can go out and do bike rides. Yeah, I went out and did, you know, 30-minute bike rides, but I could only keep my heart rate. I had to keep it under a certain beat. And yeah, you're going out flushing your legs, but what are you flushing your legs from? I mean, I didn't do anything to build up lactic acid. So, you know, that stupid virus is a double-edged sword. I mean, you want to go out and train, but you can't. So you can only do so much, and you have to ride still, so you get your heart rate up anyway, but then you're damaging yourself even more and creating the virus to still be there and not go away. So, you know, for me, it took a long time to get over it, and, you know, I still feel the effects of it every once in a while, and, you know, from everyone that I've talked to, it can take up to 8 months to a year for it to pretty much, for your body to be back to normal.
So you just feel like totally slammed?
Most of the time. I mean, if you go out, and I go out and do 2 motos and I come back and I do a workout or I go for a bike ride, get me off the couch is a mission.
Really?
You know, but back, you know, through the whole Supercross, I didn't really train at all. I couldn't ride very much, I couldn't train very much. So now I'm able to do this stuff, and that's where it starts to build up, because now it's taking a toll back on my body, and I'm starting to push it a lot more. To where now you have to watch it a little bit closer this time.
So how do you get it? Is it?
I mean, everyone has it.
It's like you run yourself down from training too hard, and then you're susceptible.
I mean, it just lays dormant in your body. And for me, I mean, there's not really one thing I can pinpoint that said, hey, oh, this got me Epstein-Barr. No, I mean, I had 10 surgeries last year, which I know had to play a big role in it. All the antibiotics that I took, you know, ran my immune system down, you know, while still training and riding and all that stuff. So I mean, it wasn't just one thing; it was a combination of everything. And you know, at the end of the day, you know, I don't point fingers at anyone. I'm just as much to blame as everyone in my group. So it was just a sucky situation, and it just came on at the wrong time, and it ruined my season. But you know, I should have missed Supercross. I should have taken Supercross off and tried to get healthy and come back for outdoors. But I didn't want to miss. I didn't want to miss any more races. I was tired of missing races, and I just wanted to race again. But I think that was a bad decision on my part. But it is what it is. It can't turn around now and go back. So, you know, just looking forward to moving on and racing some outdoors. I haven't done it in quite a long time, and I don't know, just being happy, man. Just being happy.
So what are you looking for outdoors? Like the rest of the season that you're going to do after Red?
What do you mean?
Like, what are your goals? What will make you happy with your performance?
Showing up and finishing every race that I do. No, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm going to use the nationals to build my race fitness back up. And wherever I finish, I'm going there just to race. You know, I mean, obviously no one goes there to lose. No one goes there to get 10th. No one goes there to get 5th. But if that's where I end up, that's where I end up. But I mean, I'm going to do the best I can to not finish there. But I'm just looking to go out and race, you know, and just have fun and do my own thing, and just enjoy riding a dirt bike.
So are you going to be pitted out of your Toyota Escondido Tundra, or,
no.
Or do you have a transporter set up?
Yeah, we got a concept hauler for this year for the last rounds. That was, you know, the easiest and quickest thing that we could throw together. You know, for moving on through 16, we'll go bigger and do the whole thing legit. So for right now, yeah, we have, you know, we're working on the concept hauler for the last nationals, and see how it works out.
So it sounds like you have grand plans for 16, but what if you come back at Redbud and win a couple of last races and boom, factory offers you a ride?
I mean, come on.
What if Mike Genova calls you? So, but I mean, You have all this invested into Davi Millsaps racing or whatnot.
It's not about me coming back and winning. It's the fact that, you know, getting a call from the factory ride nowadays in this sport. I mean, I'm not 19 years old. I'm not 20 years old. I don't see that happening. Even if I do win, do I see maybe a factory saying, "Hey, we want to be part of your program to support you for 2016 and beyond"? Maybe that's a possibility. Yes, and I'm okay with that. So, I mean, all in all, you know, if we get this 2016 thing rolling and get it going and stuff like that, then I'm happy doing that. I'm happy doing my own team and bringing in sponsors and endorsing them and you know, having good hospitality and just being at the races and just living, man, just living life, just doing my own thing for the next couple of years, retire, maybe still have the team going and continue to push it to where it's self-funding and bring up kids that need help.
You seem happier right now. You're usually so grumpy.
Oh man.
I mean, is it a lack of pressure, or is it, are you okay with where you are right now? Why do you seem so happy?
I'm always happy, man.
No, you're not.
I'm always happy. You just catch me at the wrong times. You just catch me at the wrong times. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's, you know, I have a great family, great opportunity to go out and just ride and do my own thing and not be pressured into winning or anything. I can pick and choose what I want. You know, it's just nice to be able to, you know, not really have any of the stress that you have to worry about when you're not doing good, you know. But I mean, at the end of the day, I've been on factory teams for a long time, and that stress never really bothered me. But to be able to build your own program and do something in the sport that you've done your whole life and to make it your own, I mean, what's not to be happy about that? I mean, that's something that I think a lot of riders wish they could do and still make money doing it. So, I mean, hopefully I can turn around and make it happen.
Do you have everything sorted now, like head to toe gear wise?
Well, for gear for this year for outdoors, yes, I have all that sorted. As far as, you know, helmet, gear, boots, goggles, yes, I have all that. Sponsors, obviously, have all those too. So all this stuff is only until the end of outdoors, if not the end of October, is when most of the contracts will be up. So obviously from now until then, we'll be talking and trying to figure out what we're going to do for 16, even bike-wise. You know, if I'm on Suzuki now, I might not be on Suzuki next year. So it all depends.
So what are you going to be wearing?
Fly.
You'll be in fly?
Yeah.
I think we have enough photos of you in different gear over the last year and a half or so to print our own Chaparral catalog.
Come on, man.
Well, thanks, Davey. Good luck
worries.
in Redbud. Looking forward to seeing you back on the track.
Thank you.